All right, so for this introductory lesson, we are going to think about using T-charts, which is something that's not new to you, but using them to organize data, which is not something that's new to you. But now we're going to take it to the next step to try to be thinking about rates. And from this, we will make graphs and equations. So a little different than what we did during the weather unit or when you've used T-charts for multiplication. But you will see right here that I kept track of the number of times I could bounce a ball. And I started with a timer, and at 10 seconds, I had counted 9 bounces. In 20 seconds, I had counted a total of 21. Not 21 during that 10 seconds, but a total of 21 so far. At the end of 30 seconds, I had 28. At the end of 40, I had 39. At the end of 50 seconds, I had 53. And at the end of 60 seconds, or 1 minute, I had 64 total bounces. So now as we start to think about just what happened during this activity, you're going to notice that, so I did 9 in 10 seconds. So you might guess, well, if you double that 10 to 20, then that should make 18, but it's not. So something's going on there. So I'm going to ask you to pause this video and think about what just had happened with these number of bounces. What did happen to my rate? All right, so as we think a little bit about this data, you're going to notice that between 10 and 20 seconds, and that 10 seconds, that was not a constant rate of increase. I'm noticing the difference between 9 and 21 is 12. So something happened there. I'm noticing the difference between 21 and 28 is 7. I'm noticing the difference between 28 and 39 was 11. Look at that. Look what happened here. So from 39 to 53, it's 1 to 40, it's 10 to 50, and then 3 more. So we're looking at 14 bounces during that time. And then 7 from 53 to 64, that's 7. And then plus the extra 4 is 11. So you're going to notice that my intervals, or the rates of which I was bouncing, was not constant. And there could be a lot of reasons for that. What do you think some of those might be? All right, so you've taken a minute or two to think. And in fact, these are some of my thoughts when I was bouncing this. Could I have made a mistake counting? It's very possible. Could I have made a mistake timing? Also very possible, since I was doing this by myself. Could it have been a bouncing error? Well, in fact, that was definitely the case for some of those. I bounced it, missed it, had to track it down. That's going to certainly affect my rate. And yeah, there were different bouncing rates and speeds. 1 from dropping, 2 because I learned how to do it faster, and 3, I just had different rates. So you're noticing here that it could be tricky to make determinations or make predictions because I don't have a constant rate. But that's later on down the line. Right now we're just going to practice recording ourselves doing a variety of different activities. Okay, so now once you finish your test, you're going to create yourself a T-chart. You'll notice in the docs that I've given you, it's actually a table, but same idea. So for 10 seconds, I honestly can't remember. Was it 12? And then in 20 seconds, I'm going to say it was 24. And I somewhere probably stopped in there, but if I went to another 30 seconds, if this was a constant rate of increase, you're going to notice that I would not be doubling every time, but be adding 12. It doubled the first time, but that's going to make it 36. So if I did 40 seconds, and 50 seconds, and 60 seconds, I'm wondering if you could figure out what the other 3 would be based on a constant rate, which was 12 jumps every 10 seconds.